Hi, I'm Grace Piper of Fearless Cooking, and this month I'm going on a mission for Ford, for the Ford Fiesta movement, because I'm driving this great Ford Fiesta. And so each month there's a mission that has a particular theme. This month's mission is style, so I'm going to be learning a new style of cooking. And it's Medieval Persian Cooking. Amazing. So here you can see my fellow foodies getting ready for the class. And so the instructor is Kathy Kaufman, who's a food historian, and she led me through the types of banquets that you would see during this period.
There would be different answers depending upon whether you were, say, in Baghdad or in Andalusia in the 13th century. In Baghdad, foods were served all together, like that wonderful Chinese restaurant style of 15 different dishes being brought out at once and everyone picking and choosing among the various dishes. In Andalusia, for reasons that we don't really understand, there was a different style of service, and foods were served in courses, much more akin to a typical restaurant meal that we would have now. It's very interesting that these two styles of service evolved differently depending upon where you were in the Islamic world.
That flatbread was one of my favorite foods of the night. It was exploding with seeds and spices and nuts. It was kind of like a medieval bagel with everything. I'm just running into the hall to tell you that's the dish that I'm making. I'm making some duck with a vinegar sauce, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. We'll see what happens. What I did was I just boiled those for 10 minutes, and then there's a marinade, and then I'm going to be roasting it on a pan.
One of the desserts we're going to have tonight is one of my favorites, and it's something that's really going to upset all of the Sicilians in the audience, because we're going to be doing the Arabic precursor of the cannoli, which is something, I don't speak Arabic, but I believe it is pronounced kanat. Something sounds sort of like cannoli, spelled Q-A-N-A-N-I-T. So you can see linguistically where cannoli might derive from this Arabic term. What we're doing is making a dough that's got some saffron in it, so it's got a beautiful color, rolling it out into thin sheets, wrapping it around either cannoli tubes, or if you don't have cannoli tubes like we don't tonight, we're just going to roll up some aluminum foil to kind of look like a cannoli tube, use that as our form, and then deep fry them. Now, what would have happened in the medieval Arab world to make cannoli? Well, the recipe tells you. You wrap the dough around sugar cane.
Here you can see the cannolis going into the hot oil, and they're sort of floating around until they're really golden brown. And this one lost its tinfoil, but still you can see the beautiful color. After watching those cannolis being stuffed with chopped nuts and honey and sugar, I knew it was time to check on the duck. There it is, Persian duck. It was hard to believe that we had pulled off this kind of banquet in just 3 hours. It was delicious, and it looked great, and it smelled great. This was a group favorite of lamb with dried apricots, and then there's that flatbread that I showed you earlier that was just amazing. And finally, I had to get Kathy's opinion on my dish.
Your duck is magnificent. It is stupendous. Smell that duck.
As always, a huge thanks to Ford for letting me complete another mission and learning a new style of cooking. I can't wait to practice this at home. Thanks for watching.